Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Green Zero here with an exciting video because the Command League 2015 has now officially been completed, and we are going to run through some of the details in regards to the league. And then of course we're going to get into the Command Cup and the live brackets draw. We're going to be doing that live, so stay tuned. This video is extremely important. You're going to want to make sure you listen to every part of this video. Don't go skipping anything. We're going to have all the players, all the details, all the brackets, all the information you need. Stay tuned. This video is going to have everything you need to know about the Command League completion as well as the Command Cup 2015. Alright guys, so first we're going to jump into some statistics here just from the league because it was a pretty epic moment. Very proud of how the league went down, but as you can see, the total amount of matches that we had, we just fell short of 100, so there was 99 matches played throughout the entire 6 events. That tallied to around 260 games, or a total of 260 games were played, so that's pretty massive. It's a pretty epic league. The command points won were 433 command points were won, so that's a staggering tally. The biggest stage event was actually stage number 4. We had 20 matches there, so that was the random only event. Just shows to show you how popular random onlys are. 20 matches, 50 games, 77 points scored. The smallest event was the very next one, which was stage number 5. Only could get 12 matches there, 32 games. Still 63 command points won, of course, because a lot of the command points are won down the far end of the tournaments. Most podium appearances, no surprises there. Bike Rush Owns got on the podium on 4 occasions, and most stage victories also Bike Rush Owns. He also managed to win 3 stage victories there, so 3 out of the 4 times he got on the podium, he won the event. The factional podium percentages is how often a faction ended up on the podium, so first, second, or third. Nod finished on the podium 44% of the time with 8 appearances on the podium. GDI 33% with 6 appearances, and Scrin with 22% appearing on the podium just 4 times. However, a quick note, if we included 4th position in this, it would almost be virtually dead even. GDI would be 7, Scrin would be 8. And Nod would be 9, so it's so tight. You can just see the strong Scrin players obviously being Unleashed, Tiberian Future, and Master League. The strong GDI players being Maze, myself, and Death Sentence, a couple of other people there. Nod factions, of course, you got Bike Rush, Wookabert, and probably Inspire Nashington being the far superior Nod players there. Highest percentage, Bike Rush Owns, surprise, surprise, 84.78%, which means he won almost 85% of the games that he actually played. The total wins was Bike Rush Owns, he managed to win 39 games, so he still managed to win the most amount of games. The total losses obviously coming to Unleashed UA, who did finish 3rd, but lost 29 of his games, so he's still going to be pretty punishing. Biggest gain within a single stage was Tiberian Future. He rose 13 positions in stage number 3. The biggest fall within a single stage was Butcher, and we got the Rockets. They fell a staggering 10 positions in stage number 2, so they might want to have rethought their strategies there. But nonetheless, that's the statistics from the Command League. We're going to have a little bit more of a chat about it in one moment, but anyway, stay tuned to this video. More bits and pieces on the Command Cup coming up. That's your Command League 2015, and we'll move on to more parts of the video now. So here we are with the winners of each event as well, and just like to do a quick shout out to the people that have helped and assisted with the tournament there. Of course, a big thank you to people like Kimasabi, who helped run the event. Also Dimitri as well did help out on a couple of stages. Death Sentence also assisted, and Jake Wire also put in some work as well. Cabal was also there for a small part of it as well, so thank you to those guys there for helping to run the event. It was really good for you guys to show up and to help keep the tournament going. Couldn't have done it without any of you guys, of course. And would also like to thank some of the people for donating. A lot of people did donate towards the tournament, which is really cool. Notably, Bike Rush, of course, did donate as well. Everyone else who donated on PayPal, actually, I did speak with some of them. They just said they just wanted to remain anonymous. And some people gave us quite a lengthy amount of cash. Some people up to 100 AUD. Were donating there, so a very big thanks to those people there as well for donating towards the tournament. And again, it's been an epic event. We've never had anything like this ever succeed in Kane's Wrath before. There's never been a league of this scale ever attempted that has managed to succeed. So again, well done to everyone who assisted with the event there. Couldn't have done it without any of you guys there. And of course, keeping the site going as well, and all the players, of course, for playing. A lot of people stuck around for the Command League. We got generated a lot of interest, and that's what we like to see. We host these events because we want to see these events played. We want to see the players turn out and have something really competitive to play for. Even the lesser players have something to play for in the Intermediate Cup. And once again, a huge thank you to everyone who played in the event, who participated in the event, and who helped run the event. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Stay tuned. Command Cup is coming up right now. We got all the details you want to know. Stay tuned. Here it comes right now. Alright guys, so here we have the bracket for the first week of the Command Cup 2015, and you're looking at it like, wow, Green Zero, what is going on here? This is going to be pretty epic. Basically, it's very straightforward, the Command Cup. We start off with 16 players who all qualified. We knock it down to 8 after the first week and knock it down to the top 4 after the final week. So the week 1 brackets appear as this. So we've got 4 brackets. So there's one in the top left, top right, bottom left and bottom right. You can see they're separated there from that by that line, but basically all you need to concentrate on is the bracket that you're in. It's very straightforward. It's a double elimination bracket, so basically all players will start on the top part, and the first players to basically win two matches will qualify. It's as simple as that. So these are going to be best of 7 series as well, so it's an extended series, so you really have to think about what you need to do in regards to this one here. So again, best of 7 series. If you win, you proceed through the winners bracket. If you can get your name onto the qualification position, which is marked via a queue, you are qualified for week number 2. So basically, yeah, you need to win 2 games before, or win 2 matches before you lose 2 matches. If you lose a match, you drop down into the loser bracket. It's pretty straightforward. So if you lose your first match, you drop down into the first part of the loser bracket. If you win your first match and lose your second match, you again drop down into the loser bracket directly below you. So it's very straightforward. It's very easy to figure out. And we're going to do the live draw for this one straight up. But of course, we're going to check out the second week of brackets as well. Here it comes right now. Okay guys, so we have week number 2 here, so this will be played the week later after the round 1. So the top 8 players will proceed, and basically you can see it's a very similar bracket stage, double elimination. Players are seeded based on where they finish in this one here, so the 2 first place players from Group A and B will end up in one group, and they'll join the second place finishers from Group C and D, and so on and so forth. So wherever you finish is where you end up. And basically, yeah, again, first 2 players to win 2 best of 7 series will, of course, qualify for the top 4 week 3. Pretty straightforward, pretty standard stuff. It's a really good format, I believe, because there's no chance of a draw or anything like that. And we do extended series best of 7s to ensure players get a lot of play time in the event. So again, yes, best of 7 there, not too difficult to decipher there, very straightforward. If you get onto a queue position, you qualify for the top 4, and that's where things really get dicey and start to get shaken up quite a bit. So stay tuned, we have the final week coming up for you right now. Okay guys, so if you happen to be the top 4 players in the tournament, obviously you will make it to the championship bracket. This is the absolute end level for the Command Cup. Only 4 players will make it. We'll have semi-final A and semi-final B. Again, you'll be seeded in based on where you position. So you'll play, obviously if you finish first in the previous bracket, you play a second place player from the other bracket, and so on and so forth. Pretty straightforward. I'll explain it a bit closer when we get closer to these dates. But of course, the semi-finals will be a best of 9 series. So if you get into a semi-final, it's a best of 9. And then the grand final and 3rd place will be best of 11. That's right, best of 11 series. So only 2 matches will take place in the last week of the tournament. However, this is going to be some pretty intense gameplay. Best of 9 followed by a best of 7. It's cutthroat, it's deathmatch. If you lose a semi-final, you can only do as well as 3rd. However, the winners will have the crack at the highest cash prize in the tournament. Stay tuned, of course, for the full announcement on the cash prize. And stay tuned because we have the draw coming up right now. That's what everyone's been waiting for. Stay tuned, here it comes. Okay guys, so of course you've been waiting for the prize pool of the Command Cup. We have raised 600 USD to give away for this prize here. That's right, the biggest event that we're going to hold, the last of the probably biggest events we're going to have for Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath. And we have a decent prize pool here for you today. So first prize, we'll be taking home $300. $300 for first prize. Bike Crush, Master Leaf, Inspire Nashington, and a bunch of other people. Will convert, even myself, all looking at that prize there. There's quite a number of people who can easily win this tournament here, especially over Bike Crush, which is one of the big favorites. But second prize will also take home $125, which is a lot lower, of course, than first prize there. So second prize is still rewarded, but it's definitely want to get that first prize. Third place prize will receive $75 US. That's a nice hit there. And of course, if you finish 4th or lower, and as long as you weren't disqualified, you will go into the random prize draw. We have 4 prizes of $25 US there just for participation. So pretty much, what do we got? We got 7 prizes here, so which means there's 16 people in the tournament, and 7 of them are going to get a cash prize. That's pretty crazy good in my books here. I'm pretty sure everyone will be rocking up to this one here. Should be a great tournament. We're going to jump in now to the live draw and see how it goes. Okay guys, welcome to the live draw. This is it. This is the absolute live draw, and you guys of course get a little bit of behind the scenes look here, because drawing it live of course means I have to have everything open that I've used here. So we've got the ladder here from stage number 6. This is a completed ladder here at the moment from what I can see it, and in the background we have obviously the Photoshop here as well. I'm not going to be filling this in live, obviously that's just not going to happen. We're just going to be using this here that I've quickly whipped up, which is a quick bracket, group A, B, C and D, so which will represent these here. This will be group A in the top left, group B will be directly below it, okay, so it's A, B, so that's how it's going to follow. But here, just for the purpose of behind the scenes, we've got it like this. I've got the random thing picker here, so we got the top 4 tier 1 players here. If we go to the next tab, the tier 2 players are there, tier 3 players and tier 4 players. So as you can see, that's how it's going to roll. So pretty much what we're going to do, the way it works is that we have I'll write it in here for you as well. So a tier 1 player goes here, tier 2 player goes here, the tier 3 and the tier 4 goes there. So that's basically how it happens. So tier 1 plays to tier 4, 2 and 3, and that's going to be the same for every single one. Okay, so basically Green Zero, me, Bike Rush, Unleashed and Inspire, we cannot be in the same group because we're all the tier 1. We're going to be 1 per group. Same with these guys, 1 per group, 1 per group, 1 per group, drawn randomly. Please note from stage number 2, it will obviously be based on where you finish, okay, and we'll explain that later on in a later video, but basically you're going to want to finish first anyway, so it's obviously going to be the best spot to be in. So basically we are going to go for the live draw here, and I'll discuss the groups later on in the video after I've drawn them. I'm just going to go straight through and draw them real quick because some people might just want to watch that and get it over with. So the absolute very first person to be drawn into the Command Cup 2015 is going to be Bike Rush owns. Oh my god, are you serious? Bike Rush, the very first person to be dealt into the Command Cup. Like, that is just ridiculous. I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter who it's going to be. It's going to be someone epic anyway, but he's in group number A. We'll go to group number B. Who's going to be in group B? It's going to be me, Green Zero. So I'm going to be in group number B. So there we go. So I'm going to be in B, which means my second round group will be combined into Bike Rush, so I could end up in his group next round. Who's going to be in group C? It's going to be Inspire Nashington in here. You can see the result is down here, by the way. Okay, so no silly buggers. Inspire, which means that Unleashed UA goes down here into group number 4. I just scrubbed his whole name out. What did I do then? Jesus, that's not going to work, is it? Let's try that again. Put him over there. So Unleashed is down there in group number D. So there you go. That's your draw for the group A, guys. Let's get that out of the way. We don't need that anymore. The tier 2 players are here, so who's going to be in Bike Rush's group? That's what everyone's thinking. It's like, oh, Maze is sitting there, oh, I don't want to be with Bike Rush and Wookierbird and Kimo and Tib Future, just like, Burke Rush. Who's it going to be? Here we go. Who's going to be in Bike Rush's group? It's going to be Wookierbird. Oh, man. Oh, brutal. Brutal. Wookierbird is down there. That is horrendous, isn't it? Let's try that again. Okay, so let's put him over there. That's better. So Wookierbird is in with Bike Rush. Oh, man. That is brutal. Did I just scrub that out again? Did I not do that? Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. So Wookierbird and Bike Rush. Oh man, I wouldn't want to be in that group for sure. I would not want to be there. We'll see who's going to be in my group. It's going to be Maze. The amazing Maze is going to be here. Of course, he starts down there because that's where you start. And I did that wrong again. Let's just get that going. No, delete that. Oh my god, I'm making a mess of that, aren't I? Oh, I accidentally jumped down there. So, oh geez, what did I do there? Yeah, Maze and Wookierbird are gone. So let's just put him back in. Let's just type his name in there. Far out, Maze. Don't be difficult. There we go. So Maze is in there. And who's going to be in with Inspire Nashington? It is going to be Kimo-sabi. So we'll write his name in here because he's got weird spelling. I like to get people's spellings, the spelling of their names right. Not F3. No, is that how you do it? Kimo-sobi. No, that's not how you do it. It's Kimo-sabi, isn't it? Yes, there we go. So Kimo-sabi's there, which means Tiberian Future will be in the bottom with Unleashed UA. No, don't do that. No, you can't have negative symbols, Kimo-sabi. Jesus, I'm using Excel. So Tiberian Future, I don't know why I didn't just copy his name because he's got a really easy one. is going to be in there, and I can't even get his name spelling right. Okay, there we go. So Tiberian Future and Unleashed UA. So there we go so far. That's how the groups are shaping up. We'll jump over to the tier number 3. So who's going to be in the absolute brutal Group A here? It's either going to be Granola, Masterleaf, Encore, or Vision. Oh man, if Masterleaf gets in this group, this is going to be astronomically difficult for these players. So we'll have a look and see who's going in the death group here. It is going to be Encore. Ooh, poor bastard. He is going in there, but he is, of course, playing Wookabert first. And can I have... yes, I can have that in there, so that's going to be fine. So Encore is going to go in the death group. Poor Encore. Let's see who's going to be in my group here. So it is going to be Granola 17. So Granola 17 will be joining here. He'll be playing Maze, of course. So Maze is going to be enjoying that. Not sure if Granola will be so much, which means will Masterleaf go... I mean, this is going to be interesting. I mean, Masterleaf's going to end up a long way away from Bike Rush, and it's One Vision. So One Vision will be ending up in this group over here, and that means Masterleaf will be playing Tiberian Future. Wow, the 3 Scrin pros are all in the same group. I just realized that. These are the 3 biggest hopes for the Scrin faction, and they're all in the same group. This could be brutal. That could be very brutal indeed. So we're going to go back up, and we're going to have the last one now. So this is the last one. Who's gonna fight Bike Rush first? That's the question. Who is going to fight Bike Rush first? I feel really sorry if it's Death Sentence. It is going to be Jake White. Oh man, Jake White is not going to be having a fun time in that group. That is the most brutalist group I've seen. Actually, I mean, Wookabert and Bike Rush, obviously the big favourites. Encore and Jake White aren't terribly powerful. Encore is not bad, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get out of that group. I'll discuss the groups later on. Death Sentence will be joining my group, whoops, which means I'll be playing Death Sentence first. Oh man, not sure if he's going to enjoy that or if I'm not going to enjoy that, but Death Sentence is in my group there, and this is the absolute last draw for the Command Cup 2015. Who's going to make it into the last 2 groups? It is going to be Martok 999 will be playing Inspire Nashington, which means Soz Dattel, aka B3, will be joining. That didn't work out too well, did it? Can I not have that? No, I can have that. Okay, well, that means Death Sentence needs to have one of them as well, because again, like to get the names right. So there we go. So that's going to be your Command Cup 2015 draw. We are going to jump into the groups now, because I got pictures and fancy stuff for them, but that's a good behind the scenes look. The live draw, you obviously saw no shenanigans happen there at all, and we're going to jump now straight into the discussion part. Here we go. Okay guys, so group number A, of course, is going to have Bike Rush Owns facing off against Jake White. That's right, Bike Rush will be playing Jake White first off. That means Wookabert will be playing Encore, as you can see above, and we're going to jump into this group now and have a quick discussion about them. Okay, so as you can see, Bike Rush Owns coming into the tournament here has the league rank of number 2. He's had the most wins in the tournament. His win percentage is crazy as expected, 84%, almost 85%. He's specifying his best faction is Blackhand, so we can expect him to play a majority of his games as Blackhand. These symbols, of course, they don't have to play as those factions. It's just the ones that they're best at, and we expect them to play the most. He'll be playing Jake White, who has selected Nod as his primary faction here. He's also from the UK. His league ranking is pretty low. He's a tier 4 player. He has got a 33% win ratio, which is not the lowest in the group there. Actually, Encore has a lower percentage, but Encore is ranked higher. Wookabert, on the other hand, is from Germany, so we've got a German player here. His league rank was 6. I felt it could have been a lot higher then. 14, 50% win ratio. He will be going up against Encore in the first round. So Encore and Wookabert both selecting Blackhand as their favourite faction. And Encore can, of course, take games off other Nod players. He's not too bad of a Nod player. He got most of the points due to participating in a lot of rounds there. But 4 wins, 10 losses during the league. Comes in at rank 11, 28.57%. The lowest rank in the, or the lowest percentage in the group. But he's not the lowest rank. But we'll have to see how this goes. My tips, of course, are Bike Rush and Wookabert to proceed through this group. I can't see Jake White getting through, unfortunately. Encore might be able to give some of these guys a run for their money, but we'll have to see how it goes. So moving on to Group B, then that puts myself Green Zero playing Death Sentence. That's right, Death Sentence, Australia versus Canada. Pretty happy with that one there. And Maze will be facing a Granola 17 in the lower bracket there, or in the same bracket, of course, but it's both the winners bracket. We'll jump into the group now. And as you can see, myself, Green Zero, did come out with rank number 1 in the league. Pretty happy with that one there. 68% win ratio, which is about the 3rd or 4th highest in the league. So definitely felt I played pretty good in that league there. 34 wins, 16 losses. Very happy with it. Want to make sure that continues. Meanwhile, Death Sentence did not have that great a time in the league. He did play in a number of rounds, but unfortunately got some pretty I mean, he didn't even get that bad at draws in some of them, and he did go down to some lower ranked players there, but he will take 14th position in the league, so he does qualify. He's got a 47% win ratio, which is still pretty good. I mean, it's the second highest in this squad here, or in this group, but again, everyone's percentage is reasonably good in this group. As we can see, if we jump across to Maze, he's from Slovenia there, ex-Soviet Union. He comes in with rank number 5, just missing out on a tier 1 spot there. He's the only nod player in this here, or primary nod. He can play very good GDI, of course, and he's pretty much one of the best Tiberium Wars players going around, so very potent, of course. The rest of the players here choosing GDI as their primary faction, because we are all pretty much GDI players in this one here. So Granola 17 from Malta, his league rank is 9, so he played in almost every single one. He only missed out on one. He could have finished in the tier 2 players there, but unfortunately slipped tonight because he was absent for one of the tournaments. He's got a 45% win ratio, but he hasn't actually played that many games considering the amount of tournaments he was in, so 9 wins, 11 losses there. I'm hoping to obviously get through this one here. Maze, I'm pretty sure he should be able to get through as well, but at the same time, Death Sentence is probably the wild card here. Can he get through? Can he take one of the 2 qualifying positions? Even Granola 17, maybe he can pull something out of the bag. I've seen some pretty crazy strategies from Granola, but this group here is going to be good to keep an eye on. Pretty happy with it, and we'll have to see how it goes. Okay, so that leads us to group number C with a few other players in here now, more British players. We have Inspire Phoenix from America actually versus Martok, who's from the UK. Kimasabi, the other Australian hope, will be facing off against One Vision. This should be a pretty exciting group, and I reckon all these players will be pretty happy with it as well. But let's jump into the details now. Of course, we have Inspire Phoenix, aka Stephen Donald Nashington. He's selected Black Hand as his best faction, but we could probably expect to see a decent amount of GDI out of him in the tournament, to be honest. He comes in with rank number 4 from the USA, the only American player. There's a few big names like Cyberstorm and Supernova and a bunch of others that are all missing. I'm pretty sure Supernova's from America. Yeah, that sounds about right. But nonetheless, a lot of big American players not even choosing to play in the tournament, which was a bit disappointing. But he will be playing Martok, who has league rank of 15, so Martok has the lowest percentage in the game. Whew, you gotta look at Martok. He's been good. He's been very good at participating in the events here. But now that we're in the end level kind of things, I don't think there's much hope for him. It's up to him to go out there and make a few surprises for us. He will be playing as a GDI factions, 11% win ratio. He'll be playing Nashington first, so again, it's double elimination, so he's not going to be out straight away. Kimasabi, on the other hand, will be playing against One Vision, and Kimasabi, known not to do terribly well under pressure here, but he has some decent stats here. I mean, he finished the league in 7th position and 59, almost a 60% win ratio, which is quite good. Mind you, Nashington almost 70%, which is amazing, one of the highest in the league. But Kimasabi will be facing One Vision, Australia versus UK there. One Vision, surprisingly, could have done a lot better in the tournaments, I think. 7 wins, 12 losses. It really felt that he could have done a lot better, especially since he played in quite a number of rounds, but he will finish with league ranking 12, and he does qualify comfortably. 36% win ratio, almost 37% will be playing Kimasabi. My picks for this one here, I'm pretty sure Nashington will be able to sneak in, but who's going to take the other spot? It's going to either be Kimasabi or One Vision, and really, it could be anyone. Obviously, I'd like to see it be Kimasabi because he's an Aussie, and we're pretty good mates, but One Vision is definitely a threat in this one here. Maybe Nashington will even fall to Kimasabi or something like that, so we'll have to see how it goes. 4 go in, 2 come out, and we'll keep a close eye on this group here. Now we head to the last group on the list, and this is another extremely tight, interesting group. Unleashed UA, Ukraine versus Russia. We'll be playing Sozdaddle, aka B3, Sup Yo-Yo, and Tiberium Future, of course, will be playing Masterly, Finland versus UK. This should be an interesting group because we have all the scrin players in it, which is a bit rough, but we'll head on into the player count now. So, of course, we have the ever-favourite, the animal himself, Unleashed UA, with league rank number 3. He'll be going in with his primary faction of Traveller 59. He has a 50% win ratio, but he has a crazy amount of games under his belt, so he's very dangerous. And of course, we've seen how well he's done in a lot of tournaments, getting on the podium quite a lot. And of course, that appearance in the World Championship where he did finish second to Masterleaf, who's also in his group. B3 Sozdaddle has not been playing that crazy good. I think B3 is very heavily out of practice, but he used to be such a very powerful player, and he's selected Zocom as his primary faction. He'll probably switch it up with the other GDIs. He also says he does like Scrin Manila as well. He finishes the league in 16th position, the lowest ranked in the league, but he's got a 26% win ratio, which isn't the lowest, but it's still pretty poor. He'll have to lift his game here, especially in this group. Heading over to Tiberium Future, he finished the league in 8th position, so he just snuck a tier 2 spot there. He made a lot of gains during the league as well. He moved up a lot of spots very quickly to take this position, and he will have a 44% win ratio. It's not really respective of his true skill, because I reckon he will obviously win a lot more than what it shows there, but again, nonetheless, he'll be playing as Travel 59. He'll be playing Masterly first, and you're looking at Masterly and you're like, how come you've got a GDI symbol there? isn't he going to mainly be playing Traveller? Well, I spoke to him a lot on Skype, and you know how Leaf is. He's pretty crazy. Sometimes not all there, but he kept insisting, no, do not put my main faction down as Traveller. No, I'm like, you're going to play as it. We know you're just going to switch as soon as you start losing. And he goes, no, I'm going to play mainly GDI. And he pestered until I put GDI on there. So Master Leaf says he's going to play a majority GDI in the tournament, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll switch back to Traveller quite a bit throughout the event. But he comes in at league rate number 10. Would have thought he'd been a lot higher than that as well, so he's definitely not as high as a lot of people thought he would be. But again, he did miss out a couple of rounds. He's got a 70% win ratio almost, so in the few rounds he did play in, he scored a lot of points. He almost paid heavily for it, we saw in the draw there, almost getting him with Bike Rush and Wookabert, but he does dodge a bullet. He's in this group. I'm probably expecting... who's going to win this? I mean, Master Leaf, I think, is obviously capable of coming through and winning this group here. Who's going to come second, though? B3, Tiberian Future, or Unleashed UA? It's hard to say. Everyone wants Unleashed to be there, but at the same time, you feel kind of bad for Tiberian Future and Sods Daddle. Those guys kind of deserve to get through as well, so it could anyone's group here. Anyone's group, going to leave it up to them and see how it goes, and we're going to go with some more information right now. So guys, don't forget to head on over to Kane's Wrath Online, where we have all the details of the tournament, the dates, the timeframes. There's a countdown timer on the website. Week number 1 will be the 1st of November 2015, 1200 GMT. All these players, expecting all of them to rock up, either Evora or Game Range, it doesn't really matter. Don't forget to save all your replays. Read the article very thoroughly. It's not going to be terribly long, okay? I really need you guys to read the article, but this video is of course made if you're just too lazy. Save all your replays. We want a completed replay pack. Remember, all you have to do is win 2 matches before you lose 2 matches and get to the qualifying position. Marked Q on here right now. But again, head on over to Kane's Wrath Online. Some big news as well. Cybert has expressed interest in, of course, casting the event here. I've spoken to him on Skype and he says it should not be a problem. He hasn't given me a 100%, but he's going to do everything he can to be there. And hopefully we'll have Cybert casting it. Of course, we'll have FPVs from a couple of these players. Bike Rush, of course, will be doing FPV, and a couple of the other guys as well. But again, head on over to Kane's Wrath Online. This is your Command Cup 2015. I'm Green Zero, and I hope to see you all there at the Command Cup for week number 1 of this awesome tournament.